I'm going to walk you through 9 steps that you can start tackling today so you are ready for when the Common App opens August 1st. This step is so important and most families skip it until it's too late. My advice, if you like a rolling admission school, apply early because the batch of students that they're Hi, welcome back. My name is Tiffany and this is Big Mom Energy, where I help moms navigate the chaos of raising teenagers and getting them ready for life after high school. Today's video is specifically for anyone who just finished their junior year or if you're the parent of a rising senior, because the sweet spot is right now. It's June. Applications don't open until August 1st. That means you have time and I want you to use it. But here's the thing, senior year stress is real, but a lot of this stress is completely preventable if you do a little work right now, this summer. So I'm going to walk you through 9 steps that you can start tackling today so you are ready for when the Common App opens August 1st. Let's get into it. Step 1. This is really important. Have the college conversation first. Before you do anything else, before you look at one college website, before you make one list, you need to sit down as a family and have a real honest conversation about college. And I mean the real questions. Does your student actually want to go to college? If yes, who's paying for it? How much can your family reasonably contribute? And is taking on debt an option, or is that off the table? These answers are going to shape everything. Your college list, your scholarship strategy, whether dorms are even in the picture. Some families can fully fund a private school experience. Some families need the students to stay home and go to the local state college or community college first. And that is completely valid. A community college for 2 years and then transferring can cut the cost of college in half. The goal of this conversation is not to limit your kids' dreams. It's to set a realistic path that works for your family. So have it first before any of the other steps. Okay, step 2, build your college list. Once you know your budget and your priorities, it's time to build a college list. And I want you to approach this differently than most people do. Most families start with the name of the school, the prestige. Oh, I've wanted to go to Florida State or University of Florida or Duke, or all my friends are going there. And there's nothing wrong with putting those schools on your list. But I want you to actually think about it first. Does this school actually fit your child's personality, the size of the campus, the culture, what they want their college experience to look like? Now, there's a favorite tool that I know of out there called admissionsgps.com. I will link it below, and I have a 20% off code that I will also link below. This tool was created by a dad who needed it, and it helps you build your college list based on your unique criteria: cost, distance from home, size, major availability, all of it. It's a game changer. If you don't want to use that tool, no worries. Just make a list. It does not have to be perfect. It just has to exist so you can start your research. All right, step 3. Research deadlines for every school that is on your list. This step is so important and most families skip it until it's too late. For every school on your list, you want to research the following. You want to know what their regular admissions deadlines are. What's that standard deadline to apply by? State-specific deadlines. Some schools have earlier deadlines if you're a resident of that state. Early decision. This is a binding agreement, so you have to be careful with this one. If they accept you, you are going, and it's a legally binding agreement. So make sure you understand that before you apply early decision. Early action. This is non-binding. It just tells the school, hey, I'm really interested in you, and I want to apply early. It shows interest, and it often helps your chances. Rolling admissions. This means the school reviews applications in batches throughout the year. My advice, if you like a rolling admission school, apply early because the batch of students that they're comparing you against is typically smaller and less competitive than the pool later on in the year, when the straight A, all AP students finally get around to applying to their safety school. Applying early can genuinely work in your favor. And here's the big one with rolling admission schools: merit scholarship deadlines. A lot of rolling admission schools have a specific date. If you apply by that date, you're automatically considered for their merit scholarship money. Miss that date and miss the bucket of money entirely. Do not let that happen. Okay, step 4. Put everything on a calendar now. I know we live on our phones, but hear me out. You can go to Target or Amazon and grab a paper calendar, or you can create your own electronic calendar in your phone specific to all of these deadlines you're going to have. Whatever it is, just write every single deadline down. Color code it if you want, put it somewhere visible. This is now your college application command center. When things get busy in September and October and November of senior year, you're not going to remember all of this. The calendar will. I also have a tool I will share later on that will do this automatically for you, and I'll share that later. Step 5, look at your essay requirements. And I know, but start your essay draft now. Here's a little thing. For every school, check and see if they actually require an essay. If a school says it's optional, I want you to hear me clearly. It is not optional. I have talked to so many college admissions counselors when I have traveled to every school in the state of Florida, practically every I know I've traveled to every public and almost every private school, and all college admissions counselors say the same thing. If it's listed as optional and you don't do it, we're probably not going to look as favorably as those that did apply and submit the essay. The only exception is if the school explicitly says, do not submit an essay. And those schools exist, but if it's optional, write it. Now, here's what I want you to understand about the college essay. This is not a 5-paragraph essay with an intro paragraph, 3 supporting paragraphs, and a final conclusion. This is your chance to tell your story. Tell the admissions counselor something that's beyond your GPA and test scores, the things they cannot see anywhere else on your application. One of my favorite approaches is to think of a personal value or characteristic that's meaningful to you, and then tell a story of when that came to life. That's it. A story shows who you are. Start the rough draft now. It does not have to be good. It just has to exist. You will have all summer to come back to it and make it great. And if you want a whole video on how to write the college essay that actually stands out, drop that in the comments and I will make it happen. Step 6, look at test score requirements. Now, not every school requires SAT or ACT, but you do need to know for every school on your list what their test policy is. Are they test optional or are they test blind? If they do require test scores, find their middle 50% range for admitted students. That's the range where 50% of the students that were accepted landed. You want your score somewhere in that range to feel confident about your application. If your score is not there yet, this summer is your time to fix it. Look at what test dates are still available. There may be the July ACT. At minimum, you want to register for either the SAT or ACT or CLT that's available for August, September, or October. And here's a lot of things that many people don't know. Even if a school has a November 1st application, many of them will still consider the December test scores for supplemental materials. So you don't need to panic if you need more time. Just check what each school's policy is. I will be honest with you. I do not personally love standardized tests. I do not even think that they tell you everything or even most things about who a student is. But if a school requires them, they're going to weigh them heavily because the test score averages are part of how schools are ranked and evaluated. So you just have to play the game. Step 7, do this now and you will thank yourself later while everything is fresh in your mind. Every college application is going to ask you for a list of your activities. Start putting that together now. Think through freshman year, sophomore year, junior year, every club, sport, job, volunteer role, creative pursuit. For each one, you're going to need to note exactly how many hours you spent on it and how many years you were involved. There's also a separate section for leadership roles: team captain, club president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, theater director, section leader in a band. These get called out specifically, so make sure you have those identified. Some schools will let you upload a resume as well. Having a polished one ready to go means you're not scrambling in October. I actually have a template for that, and I'll link that down below as well. Get this done now while everything is fresh in your memory. All right, step 8. Gather all the personal details you will need. The Common App opens August 1st, and when it does, there's some pieces of information you're going to need to take that time to pull together. These are things like your parents' annual income, whether you're a first-generation college student, And first generation college student, that just means, are you the first in your family to go to college that's not your parents? So if your parents went to college, you're not considered a first generation college student. But if you have a sibling in college that's also a first generation college student, you are as well. Social security numbers for financial aid forms, tax information. These are all things that if your parents are not comfortable sharing with you directly, have a conversation with them now so they know they need to be available to fill all of that out when it comes time and the Common App or the Coalition app opens on August 1st. You don't want to be chasing down this information in the middle of application season. I will actually also link a free college application starter pack that actually lists everything you're going to need to know and that you can download that for free. It'll be linked below. Now, the last step to be ready for when August 1st opens is start researching scholarship opportunities now. I know it seems early, but this one is ongoing. You want to do this before the applications even open. There are a few places to look. At the colleges themselves, just go to the school's website and search freshman scholarships. Look at what they require. GPA minimums, test score requirements, specific majors. Some of these are automatic when you apply. Some have their own separate deadlines. Just know the difference. Also look at the scholarships offered by the specific colleges within the university, like the Colleges of Arts and Sciences or the College of Business. Those college-specific scholarships are sometimes separate from the university-wide ones and may be tied to the application when you submit it. Again, a lot of times you're automatically entered into these when you submit by that merit scholarship deadline. At your own high school, ask your school counselor what local scholarships were offered to seniors this last year, or if you have friends that were seniors, find out from them. These are usually community-based scholarships that often have less competition than national ones, which means your student has a real shot. Get that list and mark those deadlines down now. Before I let you go, though, I have to tell you about something I created specifically for this process. After helping thousands of students over the 15 years and helping my two oldest go through this process, I built a college application tracker that just keeps everything we just talked about in one place. Deadlines, essay requirements, test score range, scholarship notes, all of it organized by school so nothing falls through the crack. Because let me tell you, when you're tracking 5, 8, 10 schools at once, sometimes a spreadsheet won't cut it. So this is a web app that sits directly on your computer, tracks all of your deadlines in one place, and actually for about 150 schools will actually, after you put in your profile, will tell you how you fit against those college admissions profile of that middle 50%. It's $47. You can grab it at the link below. And if you're serious about making this process less stressful, this is the tool that will make it happen. Okay, there's your 9-step summer game plan for rising seniors and their parents. I know it feels like a lot, but here's the thing. None of this is hard. It's just a matter of doing it now and breaking it into little pieces instead of waiting until October when everyone is stressed and scrambling. If this was helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe because I have so much more college prep content coming your way this summer. And also, if you want me to do a deep dive into any one of these steps, especially the college essay, drop it in the comments. You've got this, and so does your kid. I will see you at the next one. Bye.